Y'all, it is Coach Mel here from Sincerely Creative Mom. I am a creative coach inside the creative coaching group. I've been selling larger bows more recently, and so we're gonna stick to that and make some patriotic larger bows. All right, so I'm gonna start with a 15-inch tail. 15-inch tail. So I'm making larger bows. I try to always make them about the same so that they are about the same size. So my listening is a little bit easy. So I'm just going to pinch that, make my first loop, pull that apart, twist, and loop. Eyeball that, make sure it's about the same. Pinch. Twist, loop. So I'm going to keep these 3 loops total in 2 tails. 3 loops total in 2 tails. And then I'm going to make sure I alternate where the tails go. So the tails are going to go one side, and the next they're going to go to the next side. So all these ribbons at one point or another came from our sweet friends over at Deco Exchange. You know, my family started a couple years ago, started doing a 4th of July party at my house. And so I got some big plans this year. I ordered a bunch of door hangers to go on my fence. Super, super cute. Pinch. Twist. Loop. This is great practice for your bows. Pinch. Twist. Another loop. Pinch. Yeah, we just finished the Spring Fling workshop. Had tons of fun there with all of the coaches. Okay, so when the tails are going to go this way, now the next one, the tails are going to go the other way. Again, everything's going to be a little bit smaller as I go along. Pinch, twist, and loop. Pinch, twist. Keeping 3 loops on all the layers. Okay, so the 2 loops on the first layer were on this side. On the second layer, they're on this side. Now the next layer, they're going to be opposite. And I'm going to keep doing that. So the tails are going to keep going opposite. Okay, one of my favorite rickraps. Love, love, with the stripes on the end. Pinch. So again, I'm just using the previous layer to kind of measure. So I'm not measuring exact and precise. I'm just using the layer before to measure. Pinch. Twist. And loop. Pinch. And twist. Making sure, again, my layers go opposite. Oh no. I'm sorry, my loops go opposite of the previous layer. Of course, putting this fun. This is going to be just layers of fun. layers of fun. Pinch, twist. Okay, I am going to use a zip tie. Remember the zip ties I ordered that I thought were clear and they're like ice blue? Yeah, I'm going to use those. And then I was talking with someone or texting with somebody, email, I don't remember. And they were like, I have trouble lifting the ribbon off of the Easy Bow Maker. So what I just did was I kind of loosened it a little bit so that it's kind of floating in there and I can move it should I need to. And then also my hand is on the bottom and it's going to be on the top. So it's going to be, I'm not squishing it as I lift it, but I'm kind of making sure I have it taut in there to lift so it doesn't shift and kind of come apart. Now, it has happened to me a time or two where that happens. I have super bad carpal tunnel. So sometimes I don't have the grip that I really need to lift that up and it just kind of falls apart in my hand. It's fine. But I just push it down there a little bit and then lift it. Now at this point, you could take your zip tie and secure it so that it doesn't do that. But we're just going to risk it, pull it up. Then once I have it all the way up, I push it down a little bit more. And so that stack stays nice there. And I'm just going to add this very gently, carefully to the top. Keeping that stack as best as I can. Keeping it stacked as best as I can, I should say. It is okay. And then, there we go. Kind of holding my breath until it gets all tight. There we go. Very nice. And then I also like to put my pipe cleaner on the around the bow. So I like to keep that as the number one thing of security. And then I like to add my pipe cleaner around the, like another layer of security. Just another layer. And then different than the pancake wreath, I do try to make sure that those pipe cleaners stay pretty much even so that if they're like wrapping the bow, let's say around a lantern or around a post on their porch, they have even space on each side. And then also if they decide that they're going to take this off and add wire or do something else, I don't have to worry about that coming apart. There's also that zip tie there that's keeping it in place. All right, before we start playing with this to fluff, let's go ahead and make sure we have all of our tails dovetailed, because I always forget. Always forget. So I'm just going to pull that top loop up straight up. Kind of wiggle it back and forth. This is going to be the thing that covers my zip tie and my pipe cleaner there. And I have my hand, I'm holding, you can see the pipe cleaners come to the bottom. I just don't want to lose them. And I want them to stay securely opposite from my loop. Okay. I'm just going to hold on real tight. And then I'm going to pull, starting from the bottom, I'm going to pull my ribbon tails down to one edge, one side. So I'm going to start with the bottom. And usually this drives me absolutely bonkers, but I thought with the flip-flops, it was kind of okay. So typically with the ribbon that has a one direction, like this flip-flop here, I try to make it so that they are all going one direction. But quite honestly, I thought the flip-flops going up and down were kind of cute. Okay, so I didn't bother making any changes there, or else I would have cut off a tail and put it in separately. So it was all going the same way, but I liked it. So I left it. Okay. Don't be shy here. Make sure you're pulling down and making those ribbons go where you want them to. After all, you want to be able to see all those tails in the end. And the only person that's going to be able to do that is you, and this is your chance. Okay, this is your chance. Because once the loops are fluffed, what I'm doing right now is going to be nearly impossible. Pulling those down and putting them really in place and getting them to really pull and shift that ribbon and the wire down. When your bow is fluffed, that's a little more difficult to do. And keep your bow, your loops and everything else on the top in good condition. I'm just going to take my bottom ribbons and now fluff them so that I can see all of those layers. I'm just going to spread those all apart as best as I can. So adding in the zip tie really gets your pieces to be in one spot. It really gets them to just be in one spot. This is just meant to be fun, wild colors, super duper fun. Bringing in that ice blue there. Love, love, love. Roughly 13 inches wide. Should be about 19 inches long. Yep, about 19 inches long. So I said at the beginning, I always do 15-inch tail, and then I start with about a 6.5-inch loop or so. And that ensures that the size of my bow will be about the same every time.